Hello, Sagittarius.
We're here for your new moon and Taurus reading.
That's right. We're those fucking angels. I'm Megan.
I'm Katie.
Yes.
What's up?
If you haven't already, please stop here. The Universal Agenda link is down below. That's going to go over just a little bit more in depth of what this new moon in Taurus is, what's it about, our card blessing, and any other little tidbits we feel that is important. But in the meantime, Katie is going to start the reading.
Ooh. That seems very Sagittarian. The Eight of Wands. It's, it could be fast messages or receiving texts or having ideas or watching the news and having a lot of opinions floating around, getting on the internet, having a lot of opinions floating around.
You could be feeling really opinionated right now.
There could be differences in philosophies that you've been arguing or semantics. Let's keep going because it'll give us an idea as to where this energy's flowing.
All right, so I got card number 14 for you Sages, and it is going beyond normal. On the path of life, there are deciding moments where we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even if it seems riskier or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Okay, so automatically right away, putting these two cards together, I'm feeling like Sagittarius, you guys are having a hard time actually listening to the opinions around you. You guys tend to block everything out real quick. And this is really a moment to take an account of what everything or everybody is saying around you, because not everybody's just talking out of their ass. People have things to say, and it is pretty damn annoying when you give somebody like advice on just the simplest things, and they go and they fuck off and they wonder why shit went sideways.
Yeah. That's definitely a good way to look at it. I mean, you've got heavy Sagittarian experience.
Integrating all approaches so you can enhance.
There's something, there's opinions, lots of information coming in. And it's what you do with it what matters.
Yep.
Your attachments to perhaps controlling outcomes of what these people say. Maybe you think you have all the experience and you actually know better than anybody and you da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's actually slowing you down. It's causing you to carry this information as a burden instead of a bunch of passion. It's like spreading yourself too thin and trying to micromanage too much at once. We understand you're extremely gifted and full of energy. It's just that no man's an island, and we're stronger together when we start to open our minds instead of close down around these things that inspire or built to inspire and built to spark passion and excitement. It's like you're just too closed about it. Let's keep going.
Card number 39, and it says, free from judgment, free to love. Imagine a world so infused with bliss, love, and wonder that you naturally and always feel as safe as a nourished, cherished baby in the arms of the universal mother. Life mothers us with kindness, and sometimes when we need it to grow, through challenges as well. Accepting this mothering in its gentle and fierce phases can be difficult at times. Yet there are those brave enough in spirit to go forth onto their life path with absolute trust in the universal mother. Some are even part of her plan to help mother others so that they too can surrender fear and live more freely. The fact that this is talking about mothering and just it really ties into the fact that things are being said, things are coming from the outside.
It feels like, because it's the two wands energy, it is about the feminine aspect of life. There's a reception energy to receiving these messages or receiving these tasks and taking them into yourself to be in charge of them. But perhaps it's being done out of fear because you weren't taught how to be slow about things. You know, like there's two ways. There's an active pursuit of making sure things happen, being in control and pushing, and then there's the magnetic reception. Get a good idea and chip away at that slowly and receive opinions about it in order to improve things. That's maybe perhaps your masculine feminine reception for this fire energy is a little bit in need of balance.
I just thought about, like, for instance, have you ever been in a relationship with someone and at the moment it seems like they're nagging, but later down the road either they or you realize that, oh, they weren't really nagging, they were just trying to push me in the right direction, they were trying to make sure I wasn't getting into trouble and stuff like that. Me personally, I've had that experience with an ex-boyfriend where I didn't want to have to be the mother. I didn't want to have to completely be nagging, but I was looking out for his best interest. And he does have Sag energy in his...
Same with my ex. We are both official last exes were both Capricorns.
That's right.
So they had natal chart placements in Sagittarius. I think they were both Mercury and Sag, if I remember correctly. And that I mean, that's a hard one to negotiate with. They get very willful. Me and him had this epic blowout fight about, I just wanted him to like eat a little bit more wheat bread. He wanted to eat only white bread, and we were both obese at the time, and I was just thinking a little more fiber in the diet would be better because he was like feeling crappy and things weren't digesting well. So I was just like, maybe increase this and that. And then like I started to ask him to buy more, and then he like literally got upset because he was the only one going out at the time for grocery shopping. But
and you know, these outside
I was just trying to care.
Yeah, these outside things coming at you. You know, most people aren't trying to knock you down. Most people that are trying to give you opinions do care about you. And it's really time to think about the things that people are suggesting to you, and take things a little bit to heart a little bit more. I think
take it to heart, but also take it in stride because it's being done out of love. You have to remember and assume they're coming from a loving place instead of feeling triggered and being combative about it and like wanting to control the outcome. Just listen, receive what they have to say. You don't have to take their advice to a T, but listen to what the essence of what they're trying to say is and take that seriously.
If I never listened to anybody in my life, I'd be dumb as fuck. Like,
if I never listened to Megan's advice, do you know how I would have been so far? I mean, people need each other. Let's just say that. People need each other.
So, if there's someone in your life trying to give you advice at this time, I highly suggest you take the banana out of your ears. Like she said, you don't have to take everything to a T, but there's going to be something useful that will really... I can really feel like at this point in time, it could really...
You'd be foolish not to give it really change another thought.
So, all right. This concludes your new moon in Taurus reading for the Sagittariuses, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you for your time.
Peace.